Hi and welcome to Happy Shoulders. This is opening and strengthening for the shoulders. So sitting back into extended child's pose, hips to heels, arms outstretched, connecting to your breath and preparing for your practice. Grounding down through the palms, inhale, lifting up to all fours, wrists aligned with shoulders, knees aligned with hips. Starting off with some cat-cow to warm the spine. Inhale, look up. Exhale, tuck and arch, belly to spine, chin to chest. Drop the belly, inhale, contract the shoulders together. Exhale, tuck, make sure you're not locking out in those elbows. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come back, center. Coming into a little twist, so dropping the left shoulder down to the ground, reach the right fingers forward. If you're quite comfortable, you can reach that hand behind the back and maybe find your hip crease. Just letting your head soften down here. A little bit of pressure into the shoulder, stretching the neck. Inhale, slowly start to come back center, pressing the palms down, lifting back up onto all fours. And switching sides, drop the right shoulder down, letting your head rest, maybe reach the fingers forward, or if you're a bit more comfortable, hand behind the back, and maybe find the hip crease. Softening here, feeling that stretch through the neck. Gently start to make your way back up to center, reaching the fingers out and pressing up onto all fours. Tuck the toes, down dog, exhale. It's the first dog, so you can take some wiggles here. Maybe pedal out the feet, twist in the waist. Just make sure that the fingers are spread wide, feet are hip distance. Maybe even stretching out the tops of the feet by pressing into the toes. And just organically moving here to make sure that you're feeling out your body and seeing what it needs today. Pull up in the belly. Grounding down, inhale forward to plank. Tailbone tucks, belly up and in. If you need to take the knees down, please do so. Otherwise, elbows tight, lower all the way to the floor. Baby cobra, inhale. Just checking in with the muscles between the shoulder blades. Pull up in the belly. Release, tuck the toes. Press straight back up to plank and pull back to your down dog. Walk the hands back towards the heels, coming into a forward fold, Uttanasana. You can grab onto the biceps or elbows here. Maybe bend the knees, a few little wiggles. Just sort of working out again what's feeling good in your body and where anything might be gripping. Letting the head be heavy. Release the hands, toe heel the feet together. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, release. Halfway lift, inhale. If you need to take your hands to your shins, go ahead at any time. Exhale, release. Bend the knees. Roll up to standing. Shoulders draw down the back, arms down by the sides. Tadasana. Grounding down through big toe, pinky toe, and heel. Tailbone tucks, belly up and in. Shoulders relax. And maybe take a breath or two to set your intention for today. Your sankalpa. Samastiti. Inhaling, take the arms to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale, walking out to plank. Crown of the head is long, tailbone tucks. Pull up in the belly, planting the left hand, rolling off to the left side, Vashisthasana, side plank. Stacking the feet and the hips. If you need to take the left knee down for support, you can. If you're feeling a bit jazzier, take that right leg up. Pull up in the belly, maybe take it behind, lift the hips into a little bit of a wild thing here. Stretching across the collarbone. And come back center. Lower down, chaturanga, slide through up dog. Down dog, exhale, pull the belly in. Find that extra length through the hamstrings and spine. Walking your hands back towards your heels, forward fold. Bend the knees. Roll up to standing. Inhale. Sweep the arms all the way up to the sky, maybe a little back bend if that feels good. Exhale, bow forward. Halfway lift, inhale, walk back out to plank. Pull up in the belly. Bring the shoulders over the fingertips. So we're just strengthening here with this little rocking motion. And then bring the knee into the nose, plant the left foot. Crown of the head is long, squeeze the inner thighs. And then reach the fingers back. Try to make a little sliver of energy and lift the heart. Sweep the arms up, high lunge. Feeling strong. Taking an eagle wrap. Right arm underneath the left. Press the palms together. Lift the elbows up. Maybe drawing the heart energy up. Maybe a little back bend if you're feeling quite confident. Keep squeezing through that right bum cheek. And pull up in the belly, stepping up. Now if you need to plant your foot a little bit, that's all right. We're coming into eagle. So cross the right leg over the left. And you can bend the knee here. You can wrap the foot around the ankle if that's comfortable. And then pull the belly in, start to bow forward and coming into a variation of warrior 3. So we're expanding across the shoulders. Step back, warrior 1, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands behind the back. Inhale, lift the heart. Pull up in the belly. Exhale, bowing forward, head to earth. So really bringing those shoulder blades together, releasing the neck and the head, maybe starting to bring the hands towards the earth. Inhale, lift up, sweep the arms up. Exhale, opening out warrior 2. Just quickly check out your alignment. Heel to arch, make sure the knee is stacked over the ankle. And then if you'd like, we're coming into reverse warrior. If you want a little extra challenge, you can take that right hand behind you and find your hip crease. Lift up and strengthen out, coming into a variation of triangle. Again, keep that bind there, really drawing the right shoulder blade back and down. Maybe hand on the shin or towards the floor. Lengthen the waist, keep pulling up in the belly, press the floor away. Opening up the chest and bending into, again, a variation of your side angle. Either forearm to thigh or fingers to floor, whatever feels best. Keep drawing and tucking in. Pull up in the belly, lifting up half moon. So take the toes all the way up to the sky, lengthen in the waist, fingers to the floor, keeping that bind, and then releasing it when you feel ready, when you feel nice and strong and stable. Last breath. Keep the toes up, take the fingers down, standing split. So this might be not your favorite standing split. You can always do a little wiggles here. It's your first one, so give yourself a break. And step or jump back, vinyasa. Breathing, calming the nervous system, bringing awareness back into the lungs. Pull up in the belly. Looking forward, walk, step, or jump forward, forward, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, release. Bend the knees, roll up to standing, shoulders draw down the back. Arms down by the sides, Tadasana. Grounding down. And flipping around. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, stepping your right foot out nice and wide. Hands to the hips. Inhale, lift the heart. Flat back, fold forward. You can take the fingers to the floor. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, release. Maybe your head's on the floor. Maybe you can reach your fingers through your legs. Try to feel the flesh picked up and off of the kneecaps. Belly pulls to spine. Nice and long neck. Releasing here, finding length through those hamstrings. And that left shot. Just take one more breath here. Bring the hands up to the hips. Inhale, lift all the way up. Pull up in the belly. Inhale, sweep the arms up, step back to the back of your mat, and then turn to face the opposite direction. Inhale, arms up, maybe a little back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. And starting to walk yourself out into plank. Crown of the head is nice and long, grounding down through the right hand. Stack the feet, lift the hips, reach the fingers up. Crown of the head is nice and long. And if you'd like to do a little jazzier version, coming into Wild Thing, lifting the heart, engaging through the belly, hips rise, come back center, elbows tight, lower chaturanga, up dog, slide through, down dog, pull your belly in, exhale. Walk your hands back to your heels, forward fold, bend the knees, halfway lift, release, roll up to standing, shoulders draw down, Tadasana. Inhale, arms up, maybe a little back bend, bowing forward. Walk yourself back out, coming back out into your plank. Pull up in the belly, maybe a few little rocks forward and backwards. Remember, strengthening here. And then bringing the right knee up and into the nose, grounding down. Squeeze the inner thighs, belly lifts up, fingers behind. Peel yourself up and sweep the fingers, high lunge. Staying lifted here. And then maybe taking a little eagle wrap. So left arm reaches under right, press the palms, elbows up and away, hands away. Maybe a little back bend if that feels good. Keep squeezing your left bum cheek. And then pulling up in the belly, starting to make your way into eagle. So lift up, wrap it around, sitting down into your chair, elbows rise up. And then starting to make your way into Eagle Warrior 3. So bow forward, keep that eagle wrap, press the fingers forward, press the toes behind. Crown of the head is long, reaching in opposition. Find that length in the spine as well. And bend, step back, Warrior 1. Sweep the arms up, release that pressure. Exhale, hands behind, interlace the fingers, draw the heart open, chest opening, and bow forward. So as we do all of these shoulder compressions, you'll start to notice this openness that happens across the chest. Inhale, lift up, sweep the arms up. Exhale, open out, Warrior 2. And just check in with that alignment. Make sure you're where you're supposed to be. And then coming in for Reverse Warrior. If you'd like to take that grip into your hip crease, go ahead and do that. Lifting out of the waist, reach the fingers up. Keep that bind straight and reaching out into Trikonasana. Lengthening from hip into armpit. You can take your hand to the shin or to the floor, whatever's feeling best. Bending down, extended side angle. Keep the bind. Keep pressing through the outer edge of your left foot. Draw the heart upwards. And then pressing up, half moon. Flex the foot, lengthen the waist. And then when you're ready, you can release the bind and find that nice release of blood into the shoulder. Toes stay up, fingers come down, standing split. Bowing forward. And again, if you need to wiggle it out or anything, please feel free. Step or maybe a little kick back. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Breathing here and releasing down into extended child's pose, and just taking a few moments to relax across the upper back, the lower back, and releasing the neck and the head down. Slowly come up to seated, hands resting on top of the thighs. Inhale to all fours, tuck the toes, down dog, exhale. Walk the hands back towards the heels, forward fold. Index and middle finger wrap around the big toe, Padangusthasana, halfway lift. Exhale, fold deeply, elbows out, belly to thighs. And just softening here. If you need to bend the knees, shake out the neck and the head. Again, just get loosey-goosey. Release the toes, bend the knees, roll up to standing, shoulders draw down, the back arms down by the sides. And turning to the side, inhale, arms up. Exhale, stepping that right foot out, heels a little bit wider than the toes, hands to the hips, lift the heart. Fold forward, head to earth. And maybe hands out to the calves or ankles this time. If your head is on the floor, maybe working to pull your head through your legs. Keep pulling belly to spine, strengthening in the quads. Last breath, hands to earth, lifting up, halfway. Crown of the head is nice and long, planting that right hand down, left hand to your hip. Gently twisting here. Reach the fingers up, And if you'd like, you can take a little bind here. Now as you pull into the bind, you're going to even out the hips. Inhale, take that hand back up to the sky and release it down center. Planting your hands at shoulder distance, rock forward, shoulders to the fingertips, lift up to the tippy toes. So we're using the belly and the shoulder muscles on that. Plant the left hand, right hand to hip twist. Reach the fingers up, staying here, or again taking that bind. So we're opening and drawing that shoulder back and down. Belly in, and release it down. Plant the hands at shoulder distance. Pull up in the belly, rock forward, use your abs, lift up to your tippy toes, and press down. Release, hands out to the calves or the ankles, just soften here for a breath. Excellent, take the hands to the hips, lifting all the way up, and stepping your left foot up to meet your right, hands to heart center, turning back to face the opposite direction. Hands to hips. Stepping your right foot forward, nice squared off position. Take the left arm up, right hand underneath. So you're finding a little bit of a bind here. If that's too strong, you can always take a strap or a towel and hang on to that. Nice flat back, folding forward. And let gravity help take you towards your knee. Inhale, lift up. Releasing those arms. Finding that nice blood coming back in. Step up, hands to heart. Hands to hips, step your right foot halfway back, about 1 meter between your feet. Inhale, reach the right arm up, left hand underneath, grabbing onto the hands, your shirt or a towel or a strap, lengthening the heart forward, and maybe starting to bring your forehead all the way down to your shin. Stretching through that tricep, lift up, releasing the arms out, hands up, step forward, hands to heart, Samstitihi. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, pull up in the belly, step or float back, Vinyasa. And release to the knees. Come into extended child's pose. Slowly, slowly, start to walk yourself up to seated, hands resting on top of the thighs. We're going to work into our dolphin and our headstand. So just measuring out the elbows and the shoulders. You can always interlace the hands or take your forearms flat to the floor. Tuck the toes, come up just like you would in down dog, and then walk your feet in a little bit. So the weight is in your forearms, you're pressing the ground away, pull up in the belly. Inhale, take the left leg up to the sky, open the hip, bend the knee, dunk the foot. Take it way up and switch sides. Really grounding down, head is off the floor, lift the hip, open out, take it up, and set it down. A little bit of strengthening, keep the belly in. Inhale, bring your chin towards your thumbs. Exhale, press back. Inhale, chin to thumbs, keep pressing away, back. Inhale, forward, chin to thumbs. Walk your toes back, coming into a dolphin plank. So we want to really engage through the core here. Keep pressing the floor away. Keep your thighs nice and strong. And child's pose release. Good work. Coming up to seated. And now coming into our headstand. So keeping the hands interlaced on this one. Measuring out the elbows. Shoulders and elbows are in line. Interlace hands, forearm down to the floor, head to the earth. Tuck the toes, just like in down dog. This time walk them in so close you think you might fall. And then pull your belly up and in. Start to rise in the toes. Keep those thighs strong. Keep your belly really, really intensely pulling to the spine. Hanging out here and just allowing all of that blood to start to make its way down towards your face. Now the weight should be in your forearms, not in your head. With this variation, we can have that little bit of a release. And then keep your belly firm. Keep those legs strong. Try not to hyperextend in the low back. Energy all the way through the toes. And with strength, start to hinge at the hips. And start to come forward, bringing the toes all the way down. And release down into child's pose. Knees together, arms down by your sides, forehead into the earth. Soften here. Slowly sit up. Hands on the thighs. And take a breath. Good work. Coming back onto all fours, tuck the toes, down dog, exhale. Inhale, taking right leg up to the sky, pull up in the belly, exhale, come through, pigeon. Oh, sweet pigeon. Extend the left leg down, squaring off those hips. Tiny back bend if that feels good. You can poof your little pigeon chest. Maybe take a bind here if that's feeling good. If you do find that it's hard to grab onto the foot, you can always use a strap to help you out. And there's different variations, so just feel out what your body is asking. And then softening down into this fully, maybe to the forearms or all the way down to the floor. If you'd like, you can take a little twist here, dropping that right shoulder behind the back, left shoulder to the ground, similar to what we did at the very beginning of class. One more breath, and come on back up. You're going to shift the weight over to your right bum cheek and swing that left leg around, coming into Gomukhasana. So stacking the knees, flex the feet if you're working with any ankle issues. You can always extend the bottom leg out if this is a bit too strong for you, and just round forward. If you're working a bit stronger, you're going to keep that foot where it is, stacking the knees, and then taking an eagle variation. So left arm under the right, press the palms, round forward, bring your forehead towards the knees. There's a little dark spot right there that you can nuzzle into. Feeling that all the way down into your low back, up into the shoulders, all the way up into the neck. Inhale, lift up, come up, Navasana, sink the belly, lift the chest, strong abs, point the toes, finding that rock back, rock up, jump through, Vinyasa. Don't lose the energy. Left leg up, exhale, come through, pigeon. And again, setting yourself up, squaring those hips off, back leg straight. Inhale, lift and poof the chest. Maybe bend the knee and hang on to your foot if that feels good. You can hang on with your hand, a strap, or take a little bind, whatever's feeling best. And releasing whenever you feel comfortable to do so. And softening all the way down, maybe to the forearms, or all the way to the floor. And again, you can always take a little bit of a twist here if that's feeling good. So this time, your left shoulder would go underneath. Drop the head, reach the fingers out. Maybe hand behind the back and find your foot. Softening everything down. Breathe deeply. Finding those moments of true relaxation, true surrender. And when you're ready, start to come back up. And then shift the weight over to your left bum cheek, swinging your right leg around. Stacking the knees. Maybe folding forward with that lovely eagle bind. So this time, right arm underneath the left, forehead buries down towards the knees. But please be kind to yourself, so if you need to take the hands out, no big deal. Inhale, lift up, come up. Take the fingers behind you, come into reverse tabletop, just stretching the shoulders, lifting the hips, front body opening, and release it down. Inhale, lift up, forward fold, Paschimottanasana. And if you can, point the toes on this one and maybe press the toes down into the earth, so we're stretching out the tops of the feet and the shins. Last breath. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, rounding down one vertebra at a time. Take a rest here in Shavasana for a breath or two. Working into our back bend. So bring the soles of the feet to the floor, heels into the bum, arms down by the sides. Press down through the feet, rolling up into bridge, Setu Bandhasana. Shoulders wiggle together, interlace the hands. Bring the weight into the shoulders and just lengthen the neck the tiniest bit. Try to not squeeze the butt too much. Use your legs. Release the hands, very slowly pressing down one vertebra at a time. Reach the fingers down, maybe hang on to the ankles. Second round. Roll up one vertebra at a time, hips to the ceiling. This time maybe taking your hands up to hold your bum. Weight is in the elbows. Maybe lift the right leg if that's feeling good. Release it down. Maybe lift the left leg if that's feeling good. And release it down. Release the hands. Roll down one vertebra at a time. Last round, bring your heels a little bit closer in and taking the fingers by the shoulders. If you don't feel like doing full wheel, stick with bridge, interlacing hands. So roll up, bring the fingers to the shoulders, stop on the top of your head, square off those elbows, press through the legs. Try to broaden the chest, opening the heart, opening the shoulders. And when you're ready, you can take a couple little rocks, maybe straightening the legs, and very slowly roll on back down, soles of the feet together, knees fall open. Supta Baddha Konasana. Just take a breath here in neutral. Excellent work. Slowly hug the knees up and into the chest. Give yourself a good squeeze. Hugging the knees in, maybe grabbing onto the opposite elbows. And then releasing the arms out to the ground. You can take a little eagle twist so right leg wraps around the left, and then drop the legs off to the left side, keeping your arms out to the sides. If that's too strong, you can always take cactus arms, or you can just keep your knees in parallel. You just want to feel nice and comfortable here. Come back center, switch it up, dropping the knees off to the other side. Full release down. Again, always you can come back to parallel. Last breath. Sink the belly, come back center, take the toes up to the sky, arms down by the sides, slowly lowering the legs to the ground. And release, let the hips release open, and just soften the shoulder blades down, chin tucked slightly in, finding your Shavasana. And Shavasana is where your real work begins, so stay here as long as it feels good. Happy shoulders. Namaste.